I know the question I'm about to ask you is deeply personal and probably really painful for a lot of you, but I feel like it needs to be asked. How old were you when your life was directly affected by cancer? This precious little girl was only 9 years old when her best friend Izzy was diagnosed with osteosarcoma. And I was 16 when Neil Baker, my very first love, was diagnosed with non Hodgkin's lymphoma. And the hard truth is, cancer doesn't care how old you are, but no child should ever have to carry that burden. And yet, Izzy did, and so did her family and her siblings and her best friend JC. Now, while I was working on JC's quilt, you can see my girls were up in the studio with me and they were playing music and doing cartwheels and saying, "Mama, watch this," every 47 seconds. And all I kept thinking about was how unfair it was that JC and Izzy weren't able to do all the things that best friends do anymore. And while my heart breaks into a million pieces for Izzy's mama and her daddy and her siblings and her family and everybody that loved her, it breaks all over again for JC, because I know what it feels like to have to say goodbye to somebody that you love so deeply at such a young age. But even though cancer rewrote their entire story, Izzy was bound and determined to leave a legacy and a torch that JC could carry. See, when Izzy found out that 300,000 kids worldwide are diagnosed with cancer every year, but only 4% of the federal cancer research funding actually goes to childhood cancer, she decided that she was going to do something about that. Izzy had always been known for her giving nature and her fierce compassion, but when it came time to fight, she said hope requires action. And she wasn't just fighting for her own life, because she believed that no child should ever have to fight alone. In the final months here on this earth, at the tender age of just 12 years old, Izzy Martin founded the Team Izzy Foundation, where the mission is clear: to raise awareness, drive understanding, and act against childhood cancer. Izzy was a tiny but mighty little warrior, and she surely did leave behind a legacy. She was also a very talented ballerina who embodied those characteristics not only on stage but throughout her life. Ones like grace and dedication and courage. So when the school honored Izzy's life with a statue, it was only fitting that they put her in all of her ballerina glory, along with her favorite quote from C.S. Lewis: "Don't shine so that others can see you. Shine so that through you others can see him." And that is the legacy that Izzy leaves behind. A light to spark the torch for her family, her peers, and her best friend JC to carry. A light that will never ever go out.